dude and dudettes, thanks for tuning in for some more Jedz Moto content. Today we're going to be looking at Simon's B44 swap into his B25 BSA, which was his $1,000 bike challenge. Unfortunately, the little bugger didn't quite make it all the way for the challenge, and he did what any normal, logical, smart man would do and just throw a bigger motor in. Just shoehorn it in, get it going. So we're going to be following his process as he builds his B44. And this will be like a series thing again where, you know, tune in once every Sunday. These videos will be coming out. There is a bunch of content. There will be a lot of it. You'll see Simon's face a lot. I'm going to be seeing Simon's face a lot because I'm going to be editing all his video. Can't think of a more glorious form to look at. Anyways, so thanks for tuning in and enjoy the series.
Hey, welcome back. So in the last series of videos I put together, a B25, got it running, very happy with it. Here it is, in fact. Yeah. So when you've got a perfectly good motorcycle and, you know, it's running really great and it's little, you do stuff. This is a B44 engine. It's the 441cc bigger brother of the B25. And what's going to happen is I'm going to rebuild that and then put it in that. And that'll be a whole new series of stupidity that hopefully some people can enjoy. So here we are on a sunny morning. It doesn't really matter what day it is, it's Wednesday. So I think it's July sometime. It's Karina's birthday. That's what day it is. It's Karina's birthday. Happy 27th birthday, Karina. B44, let's have a look. Or B44 engine. So here it is. We've got the barrel off. Barrel looks in really kind of fairly decent condition. There's no scores or anything, which is good. I think it's a standard piston. I haven't really looked at it. I think I managed to snap the end of one of the piston rings off because that's a bit big, or it was loose. I'm not really sure what happened, but it's fairly good. Things that are surprising for this engine is on the primary tensioner. I thought these were like gold-plated rocking horse poop. This is I mean, look how... Sorry, you can't see that. Let me hold it like that. That way around. There's hardly any wear on this at all. It's like brand new. And when I tried to get one for the B25, you just couldn't get them. So I'm not sure what the scoop is here, but this guy's like fantastic condition. It's got a relatively new primary chain on with a split link, which I'm not really keen on. It's grubby on the inside, dirt more than anything else. As you can see, there's well seal on the thing. That'll all clean up. I'm having trouble getting I did have trouble getting the gearbox off, but we'll see. And looking at the cases, I think there's probably some beating been going on there, so I probably got some cleaning up to do on the surfaces. But apart from that, everything looks as expected. The one thing that is interesting is there's a lot of ply on this, so that I can twist it. So little end's gone, big end's gone. Comrod looks all right. May get away with rebushing that, but gonna have to split the crank because this is a pressed together crank. The Comrod has no cap on it. It's round, old school with a roller bearing. So I have to split the crank, pull it apart, put a new little end journal piece in, new bearing, press that into the Comrod, and then probably put a new top end bush, ream that to meet the gudgeon pin. I've never pressed a crank before. I also don't have a press, so it's either an opportunity to make a hydraulic press out of a bottle jack and some pieces of box section steel like this, or find a decent machine shop and who's done this before and get them to press it all together for me, which I could do, and that may be an option, but we'll see. But that's where I am. My plan is to, during the next few days, weeks, months, strip this guy down. Got to pull this off. It should come off fairly well. There's a, I can't remember how you do it. I've got a puller that I can put over and just pull, which will necessitate pulling the chain off. But as I've loosened the clutch up, it should all come apart relatively easy. I did try getting the gearbox off and forgetting that it's held in by the clutch. So I'm wondering how many other people have tried that, looking at the bruising marks on there. So I may try and clean that up with, I don't know, it'll probably seal with sealant, Yammer Bond. So I need another tube of Yammer Bond and a bunch more nozzles. But that's where we are with the B44. On the B25, I'm up to, have I reset the trip? No, I'm up to 154 miles on the engine. No leaks whatsoever, which is outstanding. Just check the valve clearances on it, and the valve clearances were spot on where I left them. And I'm following Rupert ratio, where basically I do them tight and then put my finger on the side of the push rod, and as soon as the push rod can spin freely, that's the clearance, because clearances get bigger as the engine gets hot. So it runs really well like that, and it means I don't have to carry feeler gauges. I've got my I've made some special tools to take with me on our event in 2 weeks. That's to adjust the camshaft. Also does the clutch things very well. And there's my impatient dog waiting to go inside. So I guess that's the end of this short piece. I'm probably not going to do much on this until after the $1,000 bike challenge camping weekend. Of course, saying that, I'll probably do something. Anyway, that's it. Yo, let's see where we are. Probably change shirts. Maybe I had this shirt on last time, I don't know, but we can see. Anyway, so welcome to the B2544 B69 engine refurb. I've taken a few things off, so when we have a look at the bike or look at the engine, here we go, this is what it looks like. I've taken the top off. The piston looks pretty good condition actually. There's not too much scuffing on it. I'll look at it. The cases look really good. The joint surfaces are really good. I was expecting to find on the mating hole an O-ring recess for this, but there isn't one. That's the main oil feed to this port, which then comes to the end here through this seal, and then feeds oil down through the crank to the big end through the sludge trap. No O-ring on the 67 engine. Sorry, pointing to the wrong thing. No O-ring. So I've got a later case with the O-ring recess, and I just put it on. Everything looks really good. I'm not sure about the gearbox for use. There's a little bit of wear on these dogs, just a little bit. Look, there's factory paint on it. So it's really in good condition. Everything's clean on the inside, which is what you want for an engine. You don't want it dirty on the inside. I'm just slowly taking it apart. I've obviously taken the primary off. If you look at the other side, the primary's gone. So it's just a case of stripping it. I've got a new box to put the gearbox, and I'll put the cam in there as well. Pull the followers off, put those in the bag, put that in the box as well, and put those in the garage. I did undo this. This was on super tight. I don't know what the torque is, but it was on. So that came off nicely with a little bit of persuasion. Yeah, that's where we are. It's coming. I mean, you can see I'm all over the place with this, but there's a lot of sludge and crap in here, so it needs a good clean out. I do plan on replacing all bearings. I'm going to rebuild the oil pump, at least check that it spins freely, clean everything up. The engine studs look good. There's clearly been a lot of sealant on here. I'm going to clean all the ports out. Gearbox dipstick is missing, stupid stuff like that. Cases look good though, so that's really encouraging. There is, as I said before, there's a lateral, I can twist it, so definitely needs new big end, new little end, which is crank taken apart job because it's a pressed crank, so I may enlist the help of someone to do that. So BSA fans, if you have someone that you know that does crank work, like taking apart a crank, pressing a new pin in, that kind of thing, I may take advantage of that. I did, just for closing, wanted to get the, you can't really see it, but this is the 250 pin piston in the 440 bore. It's stroked as well, so there's quite a bit of difference. So I'm just hoping for more torque and thump out of corners. I took the B25 for a ride yesterday with my buddy with his Boulevard, and I think he managed to keep up with me. So maybe the B25 is quicker than I thought, and I did have a chance to test the brakes, thanks to a BMW turning last minute across me. Panic braking with the brake on the left was something, but I did it, so that was good. So I know in a fix I can get there. Anyway, that's it for now. Join me in a pretty exciting moment really, because I've slowly started to strip the engine, and I've got to the point where the cases are coming apart, and I'm basically just trying to pull it off. So I'm going to try and balance the tripod here. Let's turn it up a little bit. It's meant to be the best angle, but oh, off it comes. Look at that, and let's have a look inside, see what it's like inside. Oh, it's nice. Oh, it's really nice. It's been apart once. The factory didn't use blue Hylamar when they put it back together. Oh man, I don't think I need to do the crank. Oh, that's just right. Let's pick it up and have a look. That is just, I love engineering, I really do. I think it's so cool. But that, it's a little side to side. What are you thinking? I'll have to check and see what the scoop is. There's the opportunity here to do a lot of damage by taking it apart. I don't know whether that's good or not. You should just come off. Some shims. Is there shims there? No shims at all. Needs a bloody good clean. And I should do the sludge trap. Come on, what are you thinking? Right, so that's coming apart, but that came off so nicely. There wasn't a fight like the B25. Cases look good. I don't know whether they're match cases or not. Studs need a bit of a clean up. But apart from that, yeah. Hey kids, right, so cleaned up one crankcase. This is the, which side is this? It's the primary drive side. I'm just going to put it on the grill, punch out the bearing. I got the, well, that's pretty shallow in there. I got the, what did I get? I got something. I got the, yeah, I've completely forgotten what I was going to say. Got the case off, got the crank out, I guess, got the seal out. I've got the crank. Well, let's have a look at it. Got the crank hanging there in the case. That's got to come out. I have found that if I was to buy the new big end pin, crank pin on Comrod, it's marginally cheaper than buying a whole refurbished complete crank and Comrod unit, which is what I've gone for. Because if I buy the parts, I've still got to have someone put it together, press it together, tighten up the nuts to a range that I can't get to, and then balance it all for me. So I've gone for a new old stock, fully refurbished crank assembly with Comrod, little end, everything. So that should arrive next week. It's a bit of a major expense, but it was going to be a major expense anyway. But when you find these things, you've got to buy them, so that's what I've done. So I've got an itchy nose and I've got very dirty fingers. I'm just working on the KTM at the moment, funny enough. I will fire up the grill, get that hot, hopefully the bearing will fall out, and then I can really clean the case up properly and prepare to get the crank out. I should probably get the piston off, the Comrod, and then push that out the other side. Thanks. So I put the case on the grill. It was warming up, and then there was that reassuring clank that I got when I did the B25 engine, and the roller bearing out of shell just fell out, which is nice. I love that. I love that. Using brains, I guess, instead of brawn sometimes really is satisfying. So I've got, like I said, I've got a replacement crank coming. Don't know why I'm cleaning this old outer up, but it'll come in handy for a drift for the new bearing. I'll get the crank, I'll get the new bearings. I've got to get the old crank out of the other case. That's my next job. According to the book, the case should just tap off the crank. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I've tried to give it a little bit of a delicate tap, but I maybe can be a little bit more, well, I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to just senselessly bugger up the end of the crank just because I've got a new crank coming. That seems senseless. So I do want to take care of it, and what my plan to do is to get it rebuilt when there's time. So no rush. Not there's a rush for this one really. But that's it. Yeah, that's it.